Hi, this is Maggie. Today I'm looking at the chart of Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. He's probably my favorite member. I did see them in Oakland years ago when they were still pretty young. Anyway, young enough. He's got the sun in Sagittarius in the, well, it's in the second house. It's also in the first house. It's intercepted house. Anyway, he has, I keep wanting to jump to his Pluto. Anyway, sun in Sagittarius, ascendant in Scorpio. And that's an intense sexual dynamic, passionate magnetism that he has. And he has Venus in Scorpio. It's on his ascendant, it's conjunct his ascendant in Scorpio in the 12th house. So we will talk about that later. His moon is in Virgo, and he has a lot in the midheaven. In the midheaven, I'm going to jump to the midheaven for now. He has the moon up in the midheaven in Virgo. That's his work and his career, 10th house. He also has in Leo, he has Jupiter, Pluto, and the North Node. Pluto and the North Node are conjunct. The North Node is sort of like his destiny, or what his vision, or what he's meant to put up in his life, in this lifetime or another, whatever. So he was a very passionate. He was meant to perform. With Leo and with Pluto there, he's just like very scorpionic, you know. And Jupiter brought him fortune and put him up in the midheaven, up in the public eye, gave him fame, fortune. So Pluto in Leo, I'm going to call both houses the midheaven because it's the 10th, 9th and 10th house. So predominantly everything's in Leo. Jupiter and Pluto are in Leo and his North Node conjunct. And the moon is in Virgo, officially in Virgo. Actually, it's still in the 9th house, so they're intercepted houses. But anyway, so this kind of makes him the bad boy of the group, the scorpionic. Pluto's the ruler of Scorpio, and it's the, so he comes off as very passionate, dynamic, intense performer. He also has Scorpio ascendant and Venus in Scorpio in the 12th house of the unconscious. So that just adds he loves what he does. It adds dynamic passion to his performance. He's, and mystery, and I don't know if he likes the occult or not, but I would think he would probably have maybe dabbled with it a little bit. He said he snorted his dad's ashes, mixed it with a little cocaine, but just because it's in Scorpio in the 12th house, and the 12th house, it's Scorpio's deep water, loves mystery, and they're interested in sort of like psychic things. So, and Venus is what you like, and so they're both, water signs and in the water house of Pisces. So that would make him a dynamite musician, which he is. I mean, he's very, very dominant, I think, in the group. Yeah. Very dominant. I wanted to talk about his couple sextiles, his aspects, but so he has the sun in Sagittarius in the second house, and he has Mercury in Capricorn, also in the second house. So his second house is pretty large. So Capricorn gave him communication and what he values, and he's an extremely hard worker. I mean, he worked his whole lifetime. And so his communication in Capricorn and his hard work and what he valued was music. He was able to put his career up in the midheaven. And yeah, so let's just go around the wheel first. The 5th house, he has Aries, no planets. The 4th house is, the 3rd house is Aquarius, no planets. 4th house is Pisces. So he has no planets, but he has Taurus in the fixed Taurus and on the sign in the 6th house. So that gives him some earth, a little bit of stability in his career. He's stoned quite a bit, but it gives him, he made a lot of money. You know, Taurus was ruled by Venus, and it's usually the 2nd house of assets and money, so he made a lot of money in his work. And he's in a Venus-ruled career, which Venus rules Taurus. So Gemini is the one I wanted to jump to. It's in the 7th house, Gemini. And he has Uranus, planet of change and very eccentric, stage present, and Mars just adds dynamic. Mars is action. It's the ruler. It's a fire sign. It's the ruler of Aries. So his presence is just, and in relationships, he's very changeable, eccentric, and erratic. You know, kind of dresses like a pirate. He's just a cool guy. So that's how he communicates himself in relationships, and comes across very, musically comes across very strong with Mars there. So it's in his 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So in the band, that serves him very well. And in all his relationships, his musical relationships. And a lot of people just accept him the way he is, you know, for his drug use. I mean, that's just part of him, and that's the way it is. So that goes back to his Venus in the 12th house in Scorpio. Just, you know, the very strong need to, you know, he probably likes to escape. But you know, regardless, he's just a great performer. Excuse me, I'm sick. Saturn he has in the 8th house. It's in Gemini as well. So Saturn gives him discipline, great discipline. You know, it could be teaching, life lessons, just a steady climb. And sometimes it's learning through, you know, whatever's not working falls away. But with him, everything was clearly working. Some things may have had to fall away, you know, that got in the way of his success, like, you know, maybe a few arrests or something. But so he has quite a bit in Gemini. In the 7th and 8th houses, he has Uranus, Mars, and Saturn, giving him the discipline, eccentricity, and the dynamic Mars passion to communicate in his relationships, and, you know, just be his unique self and communicate that both on stage and off, you know, in his relationships with everyone, his partnerships. Cancer he has in the 8th house. That's a water sign. No planets there, but again, that's in the house of Scorpio, so that just gives him a watery element there. And it's Scorpio, the 8th house is ruled by Pluto, and so he has his Pluto in Leo, conjunct the North Node.